Here's the outside of the Bellman hangar. Not particularly attractive, but they serve the purpose. And yeah, the fact that you could transport them to wherever you wanted to was a big plus. The parachutists are obviously dragging their feet a little bit this morning. They're not keen on jumping. They jump all hours of the day and night as well. But yeah, there you go. This is one of our Bellman hangars at the Temora Aerodrome. Temora is fairly big into gliding. Matter of fact, the whole of January, there's usually more than 30 gliders be set up on the field. But the intention of this video is more to show the hangar. This is one Bellman hangar. This is one of 8 that were built on the airfield in 1941. There's only one hangar left standing now. These were designed to be transportable, so it's made from short lengths of material that could be loaded on a truck or some other form of transport. The sheeting, the tin sheeting, is in short lengths as well, so that it can be carried on a truck. And they were using these short pieces of these short clips as well to attach it all together. So yeah, this is a Bellman designed hangar, and like I say, there's only one left. Only one left in on Temora. There were 200 of them at one stage in Australia. I don't know where this one was built, whether it was prefabricated in the UK and brought to Australia, or whether it was a locally built one. Because there were some locally built ones. Even the lighting is genuine World War II installation by the looks of things. This is classified by the National Trust of Australia, so you're not allowed to do extensions to it or modifications to the structure itself. It's it's looked after. But there you go. That's Temora. This is a photo of the airfield in 1941. This is one of the hangars I just showed you. Probably this one, or no, probably that one. There's only six Bellman hangars in this particular photo, but yeah, there were a total of 8 at one stage on the field. And I guess if I'm reading it correctly, my house is probably up around this area somewhere now. There's not too many. There's only 2 of these sort of blocks still on the field. I'll show you one of those in a minute. Well, that's one of the huts that's still on the field. The other one's over by the museum. There were dozens of these things in the early 40s. This aircraft is, I think it's a CASA. It's used for parachute training. The military are doing parachute training on the field, which was really, quite a novelty at first. They're doing up to 200 jumps a day. So that's Temora Airfield. Pretty flat. You don't see too many hills around. That's why This was set up as number 10 elementary flying training school, 10 EFTS, where they were basically training ab initio pilots in tiger moths. I've seen different reports. There were 97, 98, 99 tiger moths stationed here. Now, obviously, you can't use even 97 tiger moths on this field. You couldn't operate. So there were satellite fields set up on a lot of the farms around the place, and obviously the aeroplanes had come back here for maintenance, and this is where the main headquarters was located. But this was one of those elementary flying training schools. There were others located in other states and other parts of Australia. This is one of the original buildings from the World War II days. It's now the gift shop for the museum. We'll go and have a look at the museum. That big green hangar there in the back is a museum hangar. They've also got some accommodation units. These small houses over the side here. You can rent those for a night or two if you want. The museum's maintenance hangar. We've got a Hudson here in the foreground, which is a light bomber. There's a O2 Cessna just in front of the Hudson. Tiger moth over there in the corner, and a Dragonfly, an 837 Dragonfly. Matter of fact, Peru still uses these Dragonflies, I'm pretty sure. So they still do the job. The Dragonfly and the O2 are Vietnam era, the Tiger Moth's World War II, and the Hudson's World War II, of course. This is the Aviation Museum's display hangar. I'll try and show you some sort of a logical trip through the museum. This is a tiger moth. This is what Temora is all about. This is why. This is the aeroplane. There were lots of these that were stationed here. Like I said, 97, 98 of them, or 99, depending on who you believe. This particular aeroplane actually flew here in Temora in the early part of the war. Yeah, and the museum's got two of them. I've got this one and a silver one that we saw in the maintenance hangar. This is an Australian-built boomerang. It has a radial engine, a DC-3 engine basically, an R1830 engine. Really good for ground attack, but not very exciting for anything else. But yeah, it worked well. This is the museum's Ryan STM. I think it's sports trainer military. The difference between this and the regular sports trainer is, I don't know if you can see go a bit closer. I don't know if you can see the longeron on the outside, just under the cockpits. That piece of structure on the normal aeroplanes would live on the inside. But since the military version, the pilots will be wearing parachutes, that really impeded the amount of cockpit space available, so they moved it to the outside of the aeroplane. It's still structure. But that's Ryan STM. We'll jump forward a little bit now to the Korean conflict. This aeroplane, this was one of the first jet fighters that Australia purchased. This is a Meteor. It's got two centrifugal compressor engines. Beautiful example. Sounds really good. Sounds really mean. Those gun ports These, we'll try and zoom in a little bit here. These things sticking out the bottom are the ejection ports for the shells from the gun. The gun's up the front here, and really makes the aeroplane whistle when it's working hard. Come down here to the Sabre. The Sabre's more Korean, end of Korea probably. This was an Australian-built aeroplane with an Australian-built Avon engine. Yeah, this was our frontline fighter for quite some time. It's a little bit different to the American-built Sabres in that the fuselage is a couple of inches wider to accommodate the bigger engine. And according to propaganda, the aeroplane performed really, really well with that airframe engine combination. Mind you, they're highly unlikely to say no, it was hopeless, but anyway. These aeroplanes are all airworthy too, by the way, and they do get them out and fly them, at least on a monthly basis. It's still pretty popular around the two Spitfires. We've got a Mark 8 and a Mark 18, I think it is. I'm probably wrong. We'll have a look. Yeah, Mark 8 and a Mark 18. And of course, you know, they're absolutely beautiful. The other one over that side. This is Canberra. This was one of the first. Well, this was designed at the end of the Second World War. Never entered service in the Second World War, but it was designed then. And had some pretty neat sort of attributes as well. This particular aeroplane was brought by the museum and brought from the UK. For some reason or other, we couldn't find an Australian-built one, which we had lots. But anyway, so yeah, so that's the Temora Aviation Museum. If you want to see all of those aeroplanes that we just looked at, if you want to see all of those flying, the next big air show, which lasts for a few days, is the 19th and 20th of October next year. We'll go back through the gift shop and head out, but yeah, the air show's pretty big deal.